What's up, guys? We're back again with the highest skill deck in Clash Royale. With a quick 2.6 elixir cycle, you constantly have to make decisions, and they have to be correct, because you don't have any building or champion to fall back on if you make mistakes. Your chances of winning will simply get shredded. But if you maximize the positive elixir trades with efficient placements, this will be one of the most dreaded decks for every opponent. You'll get gigantic positive elixir trades with your cheap goblins and bats devouring entire pushes. And by keeping your precious princesses alive, your opponents will be swimming in a sea of negative elixir trades. Because of the speedy 2.6 elixir card cycle, your opponents will never be able to keep up with your balloon spam. As soon as they counter the first balloon, you're going to be back to another one before they're ready. While it's raced up by the lumberjack and you snowball back all of your opponent's stuff, well, that balloon blow will drop your opponent's chances of winning to an all-time low. It's time to dance circles around our opponent with our skillful cycle cards and assert dominance. Lots of love to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to make all of the daily videos possible. We got a game against someone from the Bros Alliance. I feel like the most bro deck in Clash Royale is like Elite Barbarian's Heal Spirit with Battle Healer. Let's see what he's going to be doing though. Okay, first things first, Skeleton Army at the river. I think Mega Knight would also be incorporated in his deck, so I'm going to guess right now Elite Barbarian's Mega Knight Battle Healer. I know it's like improbable because no one runs Battle Healer with Mega Knight, but that's what I think. That's what I'm vibing with. So he's going to go in for a Rage on top of my tower. I can Princess in the back and hope that he doesn't have other small spells, because if we can stack up... Okay. Stack up a lot of princesses, we would get priceless value. Unfortunately, my man stomps on my value immediately and goes in for a fireball. So what do? I think we can go for a snowball and propel those minions away from the lumberjack and closer to my tower so we can finish them off. Let's go! That was so good! Yo, that's the type of outplay that you can make with snowball that gives you a huge lead. So hopefully we can snowball this lead in our favor by going in for more goblins at the river. Not really looking as pristine as we wanted it to be. Okay, so we saw fireball. We saw rage. Okay, I didn't really expect the rage there for whatever reason. But yeah, this guy's frisky. He is going to be going in for the risky plays. Maybe we can go in for a lumberjack here and then balloon. Because if he doesn't have the right card cycle, he has to go minions. And then the lumberjack dies to the minions, but it also rages, so it damages the minions. Oh, he's got Archer Queen. You know what? These bats might be incredible for us. They might retarget the Archer Queen onto that instead. Yo, he just lost a full HP Archer Queen to raged up bats. You gotta be joking me right now. My bats just hit a home run on that queen. Oh my goodness, this deck is awesome. I really love the outplay potential that you can make, because you would think that bats 2 elixir card would never be able to kill a champion that's 5 elixir with the ability to go invisible, but that's what happens. Okay, can we snowball plus go in for an ice spirit and kill all the minions? Let's go, baby! These are the interactions we love, and goblins are green and mean, and obviously they're not going to die to simple small spells like snowball, or even like a zap, or I guess in that case a rage. I'm gonna go for knight. You know, I really wasn't talking about how absurd his deck was. He's got a knight with a royal giant, but I guess that's what happens in grand challenges sometimes. What is this guy doing? All right, we're gonna go for a lumberjack and an ice spirit here as well, and we're gonna also follow up with goblins. We should be able to kill that Archer Queen. I firmly believe that the lumberjack's gonna take the tower and the Archer Queen falls, and we've won this one. There's no doubt that this guy is not coming back. You know what? We might be able to plan another balloon attack if it's raged up and it locks onto the tower. That would have been pretty fun. But yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to throw the game. I want to guarantee the W. I'm going to go in for goblins with an ice spirit. And because you've got really nice defenses with ice spirit and snowball, if your opponent's trying to parade through in the final seconds, it's never going to happen. Sir, let me 3-crown you. I want it for the pass Royale. He's not giving me the pass to go and unlock the 3 crowns, but it is what it is. We clobbered that royal giant and royally wrecked this man. The Bros Alliance was simply no match for our high skill deck. If you play this well, you'll crush all the crazy decks that you'll see on grand challenges, ladder, or ranked gameplay. So if you guys thought he was a mid-ladder warrior, he wasn't. He finished 3,000 in the world last season with over 2,400 medals and ultimate champion. And our skillful deck still crushed him. That game wasn't even close. We got a game against Raphael. Is it gonna be Raphael from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or is it gonna be Raphael Nadal? We got some serious topspin for him, though. I don't think he was ready for the spin of the goblins on top of his princess. That was really good for us, and he's going to go in for a hog rider on the other side. So, you know what? If you guys didn't know this, you can always go in for bats plus snowball to fully shut down the hog rider. Guy is playing really aggressive. I mean, he just doesn't even care about the barbell hitting his tower there. That's interesting. So, we're currently in a pretty good spot. Genuinely, whenever I get a aggressive lumberjack going at my opponent, I'm hoping that my opponent decides to go and drop units that will die. Like maybe bats, skeletons, anything like that, especially skeleton army. It's really good for us. Unfortunately, he does end up having Inferno Tower, so that will keep him slightly safe against our balloons. So I think if we can't break through the balloon, we have to go for princesses at the river because he's running a fast cycle deck. Princess is going to be a really effective maneuver. If he doesn't have a good answer, besides stuff that gets snowballed, like maybe skeletons, we can get a really good trade. Especially if he decides to go for a log, now he doesn't have that in cycle to remove our goblins. So we can secure a decent defense against either his goblin barrel or his hog rider using our goblins every time now. So I'm going to go for goblins inside corner or outside corner. It doesn't really matter. Just drop them in the corner. They'll get some extra damage. We will go in for a lumberjack and bats this time, and I think we will be able to outcycle his inferno tower. So that's what my hope is right now. He doesn't have inferno tower. Hopefully we can get a lot of damage here. Do we go in for a snowball? I want to kill the spear goblins optimally and push the balloon counters away. Okay, so yeah, the princess is still going to be a problem. Unfortunately, it did get a shot off, and he was able to get back to inferno tower, but it blasts the tower. So this is going pretty okay. We go goblins here. He's not going to be able to log it in time. I wonder if he goes in for a skeleton army, or does he log it? We'll figure it out. What you going to do, man? Are you just going to eat the damage? Okay, that was a third option that I didn't have on the menu, guys. That's super far back. What if I just Ice Spirit it and say, hello, +2 elixir trade, thank you very much. He's going to go for a hog rider again into bats plus lumberjack. I think that's a better transaction for us overall. If we go for a barbarian barrel here, then I can go for a balloon, and then just let the lumberjack die, because it's going to give us good trade. Ooh! Wow, he rocketed that. I really wasn't expecting that. Wait, can I go and kill all of your skeleton army and maybe even like the spear goblins with the snowball? Oh, he didn't skeleton army, but he can't skeleton army because if the lumberjack dies, then the bats are going to get raged up and he would lose all the skeletons to the lumberjack. Wow, I never thought about that. I kind of have like 3 spells in this deck. I've got the barbell, the snowball, and the lumberjack giving me the rage. And man, this guy, I think he dipped out. I don't think he wants to play anymore. 9 wins in a grand challenge, and we made Raphael rage quit. Dude, he wasn't ready for our slice as we sliced and diced his towers. Raphael Nadal is definitely not the Grand Slam champion of this game. That Sublime 3 crown is the perfect way to start the day. Yo, we got a game against Renan. What's up, dude? We're gonna be dropping good luck and figuring out what your deck is. So I don't love doing anything besides dropping Princess in the back or maybe Goblins at the river. I don't necessarily know what his deck is, so I don't want to play too aggressive here. Ooh, arrows. Okay, all right. Maybe we can go and bait out some other small spells using our goblins. Or maybe you don't have small spells and you take damage. Okay, you've got snowball. Not great. So arrows are going to be able to kill our princess every time. Snowball's going to be able to crush our bats. I wonder if we can get value with our goblins if, you know, he doesn't have any of those small spells in cycle eventually. We're going to go in for our bats here. What are we going to do? Can I snowball? Yeah, I think this is fine. Always going in for the lumberjack is nice because it is able to rage up your goblins, your bats, your balloon. So you're able to get a lot more fearsome of a threat upon your opponent immediately. So I don't love this, but I think we can defend this if I go in for the right play. I'm going to try to go in for like an Ice Spirit and then bats afterward. Notice how I dropped my bats a little bit later. I didn't want to drop it immediately because the Phoenix Egg does damage. As it pops, it will kill your bats. You don't want that to happen if you want to win the game. Maybe you want that to happen if you like pain and suffering, but that's not me. So we're going for a lumberjack balloon because he just cycled his Phoenix, which is actually a really bad play. I'm surprised he did that. Huh, maybe he didn't understand what my deck is. Maybe he thought it was like a log bait deck. I don't know. I'm surprised. Or maybe he's got ample air answers that I'm not ready for. We'll have to figure it out. I'd love to see him going for an arrows on top of the princess. I'd love to see less answers for him. We'll see what he's going to be packing, though. He's got Witch. This is one of the weirdest decks I've played against in a long time. We're going to have to go for a Barb Barrel. I wish I dropped it a little bit faster. But wow, this is a disaster for Renan in the left-hand side. That balloon is bashing him real hard. Okay, so it's definitely Giant Graveyard, right? It has to be Giant Graveyard. Otherwise, yeah, there it is. I was going to say, like, I would not understand what you are doing today, sir. All right, so we're going to go for a snowball. Then we're going to go in for Goblin Surround, and hopefully we can go and kill the witch. Oh, yes, that was stupendous. All right, we can maybe go for an Ice Spirit to finish off those. Please, yes. All right, I was going to say, if those skeletons stay alive and the Ice Spirit just hits the giant, that would be the biggest giant failure of my life. I would not want that to happen. Okay, so we got to cling on right now because I don't know if we can defend this because he should be able to take the left-hand tower. I mean, just considering what he's got going for himself, this is not going to be easy. Maybe I go in for a 3-crown race, actually, because, you know, he's going to go and cycle his witch in the right-hand side. I want to limit his offensive potential here. We can go in for a Goblin top high because the Barb Barrel should take the targeting. And then I can go in for bats and snowball. So I'm going to go and wait for more skeletons to accumulate. I'm going to see if he goes in for arrows or something. Then we're going to go in for a bats. Wow, our balloon baited out the Phoenix. Okay, so he did have anti-air answers. He just decided not to drop them earlier. We gotta go in for our princess here. He used his arrow, so he might not have an answer to goblins if he goes in for a graveyard. We can melt the giant so fast with the lumberjack. We know he's going to go in for his aggressive giant real soon. We got to kill that as quick as we can. We're going to go goblins. We're going to go ice spirit. We're going to shred that giant as quick as we can. Please let me win this game. We've got the barbell rolling through, and I don't think there's anything that those skeletons can do. GG and well played. I'm so glad we beat Renan. Even against Giant Graveyard, this deck doesn't fail. I love that skillful decks without champions rise to the top of Clash Royale when played well. Takes a lot of time to learn the mechanics of all the cheap cards, but when you maximize their utility, you're going to be earning a lot of wins. Especially if you keep your princesses alive, you'll extract infinite value. All right, let's get it. So we're going to see what this guy's up to. Definitely just want to drop a good luck and figure out what his deck is. I'm going to go for goblins immediately just because it's a pretty safe play to do. It's 2 elixir. Try to bait out your opponent's small spells. Get kind of a clue on what their deck is running. Maybe I can go in for like a lumberjack here. Oh, okay. 1 spawner in the back. That means that there's many more spawners from where that came from. So if we already see a spawner from the sadistic Sir, I need to go in for a balloon as early as possible. Otherwise, I'm in a really bad place because we know that he's just going to go in for another spawner to go and body block my balloon, and then I'll probably lose. Okay, wait, this is my deck, right? This is the deck that I showcased. Kind of a little bit different, though, because he's going to have archers. Fortunately, we are able to finish off those archers quite nicely with the princess. The fire spirit will be able to kill our princess. Maybe we can go in for goblins and then go for an ice spirit, so then the fire spirit jumps onto that, and then the ice spirit jumps back on the goblin. Nice. Yeah, that giant goblin, or that goblin giant, wasn't able to give him the damage he wanted. So we're currently in a pretty good position. Done a lot of damage to the right-hand side. The lumberjack is going to force out a lumberjack from our opponent. I think I want a princess here, and then maybe go goblins last second to go and pull back the lumberjack so it doesn't do rage damage on my tower. So I'm looking at the game right now, not really loving the situation, but it's something that we got to work with. The princess in the right-hand side was super smart for us because we're going to force out extra elixir there and get some nice damage. I can go for an ice spirit last second to go and pull back those guards. You don't drop the ice spirit too soon. You wait for the guards to walk closer to your tower, and then you pull the guards back. So they waste a lot of time, and all that time they're getting targeted by your tower. It's extremely important to do those optimal placements to get as much value as you can from your cards. Because, you know, if you don't, your cards are just going to fall flat, and you are going to die because you don't have a building. You really got to get really optimal placements with this deck. We're going to go in for a princess here, hopefully go and hit the furnace. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. We're going to force out a fly machine. We're going to be able to finish that off with bats very easily. If I go ice spirit here, I think I do last possible second. Ice spirit off to the side so the fire spirit does not hit anything of value, and then the ice spirit might jump onto a goblin giant, might also jump onto a furnace or a fire spirit if he decides to drop another, but he doesn't. So how am I going to win this right now? Because this guy's got like a double spawner deck and he's really dirty. So if I lumberjack right now, I won't have a good answer to the goblin giant. Like, that's going to be a hard card for me to kill. It's no doubt in my mind that that's not going to be easy. Oh, he tried to go for the furnace, but he was too late. I love raged up balloons finding their way through when the opponents are not expecting it. So we want to go in for goblins, and we always want to ice spirit with the goblins so that the goblins don't die. If he's going to go run like an electro giant or a goblin giant, it's really important to go in for that ice spirit there. Fortunately for us, I can go for another lumberjack off to the side. It's going to get targeted, and then it will be able to finish off his next goblin giant that he's dropping. Yep, I'm glad that I made that prediction, because if I didn't, I think I would have died, because the lumberjack rage with a goblin giant is really difficult to deal with. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe I just go lumberjack balloon right-hand side, and then try to go and bypass his building. If that works out, I win. Yeah, dude, he dropped his building in the wrong spot. What do you expect from double spawner players? I mean, they don't always drop their buildings in the correct placement. If it's just one tile off to the side, you're going to steal their tower every time. All right, this guy is already going for a Mother Witch and a Hog Rider. Seriously, is that your strategy? Is that how you want to play today? Fortunately for us, we were able to swiftly finish it all off without any worries. Despite us having a lot of bait cards on our deck and not even having lumberjack in cycle, as you guys can see, the barbell comes up clutch. It's able to be a nice distraction for wizards, mother witches, all those annoying splash damage cards. Okay, wait. If I snowball here, we might be able to kill all the skeletons. 1 HP princess! Let's go, baby! That's awesome. He's giving us the clap. I feel like such a child right now, but I love it. This is what the game does to me. It makes me a child. Man, we're reversing our aging in the wrong direction. We're going to go for a princess in the back, and he's going to maybe go and drop something like a Hog Rider again on the right-hand side. If you guys didn't know, Ice Spirit plus Goblins, Snowball plus Goblins, Snowball plus Bats, Ice Spirit plus anything really counters the Hog Rider very effectively. So we're going to go Bats here, and he's going to go Mother Witch. Oh, I should have predicted that. I'm bad, but I'm not sad because our Mother Witch is going to make me very, very happy that we were able to counter that. So, yeah, I wonder... Oh, he doesn't even get a Hog Rider hit. That's crazy. I mean, he dropped, like, infinite amount of pigs, plus a Mother Witch and a Hog Rider, and it still wasn't enough. Dude, he's got, like, Royal Hogs paired with Hog Rider in the same deck because he's got Mother Witch. He couldn't pick what he wanted to run, so he decided to put them both in the same deck. But he's got a piggy factory with the Mother Witch instead. Oh man, I didn't get that last hit. I needed that. If I got that, I would have secured the tower. That's so unfortunate. So I still have a lot of fight in this guy because, you know, it's a little bit scary playing against Mother Witch. I need to be able to outplay him and make predictions with my Barb Barrel. I think I got a little bit lucky that I was able to defend. It's not easy when your opponent's got Mother Witch and they're going to be able to drop that on your goblins or your bats. So I have to be super careful with my bats. Every time that I drop bats on defense against the Hog Rider, you betcha I am going to make sure that I end up having a decent defense with either a Barb Barrel or maybe a Lumberjack. So I'm going to go and posture my bats a little bit behind, so then he can't kill them with the Lumberjack. Also going to be tanking for a little bit. I think we're fine. We can snowball maybe. Oh my gosh. Barely getting out of this one alive. Oh my gosh, he had freeze too. This guy is crazy. He's taking the insanity to the next level. I guess it fits. It is the Freezy arena, you know? So we're going to go in for our princess here. We should be able to finish off the rest of his bats. And I think I'm going to go for a balloon as well, just to guarantee that I am able to take the tower. Also, because it's raged up, I need to go for a Barbarian Barrel because it might be able to kill like a Mother Witch and an Electro Wizard, hopefully. Oh my gosh, he's freezing on defense. This guy is furious out here. Okay, you know what? The good thing about our deck is it's really, really fast cycles. So I think I can get back to another balloon here before he's ready. So I'm going to go for another balloon. It should be perfect for us. I believe that the balloon's going to get the last hit, or maybe the rage does. I don't know. The princess finishes it off. Dude, I could have even snowballed to finish off the game. There are so many different ways of us winning that it's ridiculous. This deck has got unbelievable offensive potential in the last couple seconds. As you saw at the start of the match, if you stack up princesses, you're going to thrive, while your opponents will struggle to stay alive. Getting monstrous value from that 1 health hero princess at the start of the match was the best Christmas present we could have ever asked for. Thanks, Santa. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an amazing rest of your day.